Police force have announced the arrest of several armed robbers who participated in the recent arrest of the Access Bank branch in Bursabi and the El Hela shop in Banjul. According to the police, authorities in Guinea-Bissau have arrested Ansu Jaju, a Gambian national, in connection with the Access Bank robbery in Bursabi. The suspect has since been handed over to the Gambian police force through security bilateral to ensure his swift extradition and prosecution. Of recent, there have been several reported armed robberies in different parts of the country, leaving citizens asking many questions about their safety. Now, we are joined on the line by the public relations officer of the Gambia Police Force, Cadet ASP Modu Musa Sisaho, to help us understand what the police are doing to address these concerns. Well, Piero, thank you so much for joining us. First, can you kindly help us understand how did the police manage to apprehend the alleged attackers in Banjul and the Access Bank at Bursabi?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Piero, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Thank you once again for joining us. As I have just highlighted on, of course, the recent arrest made with regards to the armed robberies that were reported in the country, I would just want you to kindly help us understand how did the police manage to apprehend the alleged attackers in Banjul and the Access Bank at Bursabi?
Thank you very much. Like you mentioned, in the recent past, we have witnessed a lot of armed robberies within the country, starting from the rural end, Farafenye, and coming to the Greater Banjul area, as recent as the one with the Bursabi Access Bank and the Western Union. But this weekend, we are weak with the news of armed robbery in Banjul. Unfortunately, when the Gambia Police Force received this information, we were able to enhance and also heighten security within the capital city of Banjul. And our officers were all around trying to ensure ways and means of trying to apprehend this. One of the measures in place was to have a checkpoint, and this checkpoint was at Denton Bridge Junction around the 7 in the evening to 9, the police officers stationed at the Denton Bridge were able to apprehend and impound a vehicle that is said to be associated with the armed robbery and might have been used by the armed robbers. So the driver who was actually driving this was arrested and taken to the police headquarters for interrogation. And that led us actually to the apprehension of the first one and then to the second one. So the first of them is Usainu or Al-Fusainu Jabate, who is an Ivorian and known to be living in Busumbala. And then we were able to arrest the second one, suspect, that is Abdullah Jallo from Bara, which is others say Essel, because Bara and Essel almost the same in terms of location. But in essence, this is what happened. Our officers did everything possible swiftly to be able to arrest these people within the span of 24 hours of commission of that crime.
Okay.
And this is what the Gambia Police Force actually is known for. But while this is happening, we also are aware of the Access Bank robbery. The Gambia Police Force got information that one of the suspects is in Guinea-Bissau. In collaboration with the authorities in Guinea-Bissau, the Gambia, there is this international or inter-regional cooperation between security institutions, especially police-to-police cooperation within the Interpol of West Africa. So the leadership of the Inspector General of Police, Mukhtar Toure, was able to lead transactions and also communication in enabling the apprehension of this suspect who was known to be or is known to be Ansumana Jaju.
Okay.
Our officers went there and the handing over was done. And here they are. The suspect is currently with the Gambia Police Force helping and cooperating with the investigation, because we would also able to know who actually these people are in addition to Ansu. When this happened, actually there has been a lot of cry out there that the Gambia is not known for this. This is alien. And so far what we have received in terms of information is able to satisfy that, because we already know in the case of the Banjul robbery and a non-Gambian is involved. But again, this is just the beginning of an investigation which is ongoing. I'm quite sure a lot would be uncovered as the investigation will continue.
All right. Well, Piero, as I mentioned earlier, prior to this latest attack in Banjul, now, well, of course, there has been several other reported attacks in other parts of the country. Now, what have the police been doing to cope or confront such a situation?
Yes, when we actually had this information, I mean, since the one in Farafene, because the Gambia police was already nationwide. We are on what we call nationwide patrol, both day and night, which has been strengthened, especially with the occurrence of the armed robberies around. And we're doing everything because we have our personnel, our undercover agents, our CID agents, our intelligence agents. I know most people will just see the uniformed men on the street, they think that's the end. But we have an equal number, if not more, of undercover agents, officers, CID, plainclothes, who are working tirelessly within the communities, within the ghettos, going around hotspot zones of criminal activities across the country. And I think, like I said, it's one of the reasons why the coincidence of actually having to apprehend the ones in Banjul and also the one that was associated with the Access Bank robbery. This was the earlier one that was done, and also our officers were on the ground to go to Guinea-Bissau to be able to receive this, because information were that the police were able to detect and able to track this person as far as Bissau. So that just goes to show how much how much effort has been put in place by the Gambia police force in ensuring that it means that even if there were no robbery in Banjul on Saturday, we already have the pleasure of reporting to the Gambian people that the efforts that have been put in place with the previous armed robberies, especially the Access Bank, that we got information, and here we are. We got one of the suspected criminal involved in this, and hopefully that will lead us to others who were also part of that. Because from the video we saw, the footage on the CCTV in Access Bank, it was 3 of them. So we just got one, and hopefully we will, because the same thing happened in the Banjul incident. When we got the driver who was given the vehicle, and I think it's important to highlight this, because when the driver was apprehended, he told us that he was only asked to come and collect the vehicle for maintenance and possibly to spray the vehicle. That was the assignment given to him. In essence, what that means to us is that they were trying to conceal evidence, because when they actually spray the vehicle, because it is like everybody saying it's an ash-color vehicle, it could be colored to another different color, and before you know it, it will be difficult to trace that. But fortunately, our officers were on the ground from the moment that we got information. The entire Banjul region was full of officers, plainclothes and officers, and fortunately this is where we are today.
Well, that's quite interesting. Finally, Pierre, of course, some of the suspects have been arrested, and of course we know investigations are still going on. But amid the rise in public concerns, what assurance will the police give to the citizens in matters related to their safety?
Yes, this is very important, because we are seeing a lot of information coming from social media, but I mean, this is not what the Gambia police for so far know, because there are indications that most of them, if not all of them, ex-convicts. In relation to this, we're getting that from the social media, but from our end, like I said, from the last we had our report, we don't have this information for now. But what this goes to show also is that the Gambia police force, this is an interest. It's a national interest, and to the government and to all Gambian people, because when this happened, or when it began, it was like, what is really happening in the Gambia? Gambia is not known for this. Yes, there are criminals in this country, different types of crimes, but having to have criminals, storming banks, robbing banks, getting into people's substance business, broad daylight with guns, this is something new. So for the fact that this is a concern for everybody, I am hopeful that all sectors and stakeholders who are involved in the judicial system of the Gambia will do their best to ensure that they do the right thing and that these people face the full extent of the law.
All right. PRO Cadet SP Modu Musa Sisaho of the Gambia Police Force, thank you very much.